The House of Representatives has promised to monitor the investigation into the military drone attack that killed more than 80 Nigerians in Kaduna State on November the 3rd. These air bombings continue to anger more Nigerians. How are you following this development, BKO?
Yeah, from the first day I've been following it. First and foremost, I was surprised that the Nigerian Army carried out um, such a bombing raid.
Yeah.
I would have expected at this time the Air Force, who have the expertise, um, who themselves cannot be said to be perfect because they are also known to have bombed civilians in the past, would have been left to continue to do this work. There is no reason at this stage of our national life for the army to embrace the area of competence, area of expertise of the Nigerian Air Force. I hear that even as we speak, the Nigerian Army has placed order for helicopters and all that. It's called the Nigerian Army Aviation. So they want to basically be able to do what the Air Force is doing. And of course, the Air Force too has some ground troops. We call them special forces. They have ground troops that are helping to cover for the inadequacy that we have in the area of surface troops. But in my view, the armed forces should focus on their areas of strength. The army should have nothing to do with flying drones or flying helicopters or even fighter jets. They should have no reason to go into that at this time. In future, they may be able to do it when they've acquired some level of capability and competence. But to suddenly delve into aviation is something that I found worrisome. And the truth is, when you are talking about airplanes with a higher possibility of collateral damage, of killing innocent people, it has to be the drones, because the drones are known as unmanned aerial vehicles. They are not manned by anyone. A pilot may get to a target zone and refuse to drop his munition. He may just refuse to drop the bomb because he had a last minute rethink. Maybe he looked down and he could see that the people that he had logged onto with the intention of dropping a bomb on them do not look exactly like bandits or terrorists. He may change his mind at the last minute. But you send the drone there. The drone cannot interface with people. He can't talk with maybe people on ground via walkie-talkie or anything. He once you send it on that errand, is going there to to drop his bomb. So drones are fairly complicated and should be handled with care. Now, the Nigerian Army had not been used to flying area platforms and all that. So I believe that their level of competence in this area was suspect. And what we've seen now is the needless killing of of about 100 of our people. And this had been happening for some time. It happened in Zamfara. It happened in Ran, in Calabalge local government area of Borno State, just along the border with Cameroon. It shouldn't be happening with the regularity that it is happening. And that is why we need to thoroughly investigate this, and the people involved should be sanctioned. If you kill that number of people, there should be consequences. Because these are not goats, they are human beings. There should be consequences. Maybe that will help us to ensure that there is greater vigilance next time. But if our armed forces keep killing innocent civilians in the name of pursuing bandits, and they don't get punished in any way, we talk about investigating, and no investigation in the real sense happens. When investigation happens, the findings are never made public, nobody is punished, then I can assure you that it will happen again. Between 2015 and today, it is said that we have lost more than 500 of our innocent people to bombings. Between 2015 and today, dropping bombs on the wrong people. No wonder Lagbaja said in 1986 that unfortunately in all wars, those who die are those who do not deserve to die. The people of this Kaduna village, Sudumbiri, did not deserve to die. They were celebrating Maulud. And we just need to do a thorough investigation of this because I do not see why we should have allowed this to happen. Was it because the bombing of herdsmen in Nasarawa went unpunished? Was it because the killing of innocent market men and women in Zamfara some months back went unpunished? Is it because the dropping of a bomb on internally displaced persons in Iran, Kalabalge local government of Borno State, went unpunished, that this has happened? You want to punish iniquity. So no two ways about it. And we have to compensate the families of the dead. Those who are dead are gone already, but they have families. And their families have dreams. Some of them have children who have to go through school, but there's no breadwinner of their family anymore. So that's why I agree with the Sultan that yes, there has to be justice for the people that have been killed. The Chief of Army Staff said this will not happen again. The only guarantee that we have that it will not happen again is if they stop, at least from the Nigerian Army end, is if they stop this idea of trying to fly warplanes as if they belong to the Air Force. No. They've got to stop it. This Army chief has to stop it. Let them focus on their jobs as infantry soldiers, artillery officers and men, armored men of the armored corps, and other disciplines within the Nigerian Army that remain very active at this time. Let them focus on their core area of core competence and stop the idea of trying to be in the air like the Air Force. And unfortunately, when this thing happened, many people actually thought it was the Air Force that dropped the bomb. The Air Force had to come out to say, look, we had not flown any airplane in the last 24 hours in the whole of Kaduna State. It was after that the army now had to come out to take responsibility. The army, under the leadership of General Taurich Abiodun Lagbaja, must not be flying drones at this time, must not be flying airplanes.
That's right.
I do not think that they have the competence at this time to do that.